Hi, I'm Conclave, and today I am playing Conclave. This is an RPG that originally came out a couple of years ago. I know this because it was on Kickstarter, and I backed it on Kickstarter, and it came out as a web-only RPG. But now it's come to Steam. Now it's available on Steam as well. And looking at it now, I played it when it first came out on the web a few years ago, and it hasn't changed much, but hopefully now it's on Steam. Hopefully now it's going to have a few more players and earn a bit more money. The developers can put more effort into it. So I think this game has potential, and I'll just go through it now. It's an RPG. We'll go have a look at the characters. Here we go. I've got two characters, Horzo and Jess, and if you just start to create one, you can see it's got the standard types. This is sort of leader, thief, magician, archer, ranged, and attacky person. But then it differs in that it's not, or at least I'm not aware of it being any form of standard types of races, and also the lore, the story behind it is also Lizardmen here. These are probably elves. And then these are like goat people. I haven't seen that before. So it's a nice change. And then there's the various portraits. But let's get out of this. We don't actually want to create one. A new one. And the story behind it is also quite different to me. It's about let's go into this. So Horza, my goat person fighter. So this is the map, and these are all the locations where there's various adventures. And the story is basically sort of dreamtime story, dreamland story about people starting to attack Bastion, which seems to be this last bastion, last bastion of civilization, at least in this part of the world, and is under various attack by various forces, largely through magic and dreams. Your characters, I mean, you can look at the details of your characters here. You have your standard stats, secondary stats, skills, various abilities and equipment. And I'm actually going to upgrade my stuff. You upgrade your stuff by going to various places. So I'll just click on one of these for now. You can see that these locations have various, where's a good one? They have various adventures. There's quite a few, and I'll show you one in a second, but first I'm going to upgrade. So you get, there's occasional loot, but more normally you have to pay for stuff. So I'm going to return my bronze shield, which should give me 500, and I'm going to get a really big shield. Really big shield. There's a really big shield. Oh yeah, tower shield. I wanted one that, here we go, 3-1. So 3 against fighting damage, 1 against ranged bows and the like. But it won't encumber it, so it won't slow me down, and it requires agility of 6. Actually, that's... Alright, so we'll take this one. Actually, no, we'll take this one, the tower shield. It'll encumber us by 1, so it'll slow us down a bit. But it's good for range stuff, and I'm not very good against range stuff, being a blocky sort of tank in the standard system. Yeah, okay. And I'm also about ready to upgrade, so you can see this is how the RPG system works. I can now upgrade my abilities to come level 6, and I'm going to keep going, increase my strength, and these are the various sort of abilities. I'll show you how they work. I'm going to choose this one, Persevere. It's basically a healing one, a minor ability, and that's quite important. So then I'll level up. Okay, and then let's go into an adventure. This one, average difficulty, should be able to manage that. Let's go. So, when playing this game, you will feel very much that it's a web game. It shows its heritage very, very strongly. There's lots of clicking, there's a lack of tooltips, things like that. But, it's still there. So you're playing, most of it is sort of turn-based fighting on the grid. There's a few other decisions like this. Here's a decision. Which way do I want to go? Do I want to go and scale the wall, or do I want to use the dock? Well, I'm not particularly agile, so I'm going to use the dock. Let's use the dock. And then it goes through and the story continues. And here we go, now we're going to have a fight, and you'll see how it works. Okay, so it's basically a slightly off-center square grid. You can see the squares here not quite right, so this one here is surrounded by these squares, so it's not exact, they're not all in line. And this is me, and these are the things I'm fighting, and it's turn-based, and I can take 2 actions a turn. I can take a minor action and then a major action, so that's what those skills were and abilities you saw earlier. At the moment it's just me. If I had friends, if you have friends, you can invite people to join you. As you can see, I do not have any friends that play this game. Or you can try to find a party. And so there's one person here looking for someone to play Colour of Truth, which is pretty sure that's not what I'm playing. Yes, right, here I am. I'm in a stone's throw, so they're in the wrong place. But maybe I could do that later. And it nicely scales up. If you have more people, if your party is stronger, then the encounters will get harder or easier depending on how many. So with one person it's going to be pretty easy. I should be able to do this one anyway. So here I am, so let's start. We'll take a minor action. So there's that persevere, which I got before. I'm going to move to there, so I'm going to start moving towards them. And then I can take a major action, which is things like attacking and the like. There should be some more there, but they'll come up later. So I'm going to move a bit closer again. And move across. And then you can see and you can step back. You can step back through the whole thing. But I'm not going to do that again. And then next event, we'll show you what other people are. They're going to move. And they're going to move. And there's a log here of everything, so you can look back as well. Now we're back to round 2. And if you want to skip, you can skip to the next time you have to do anything by clicking this. So we'll just skip everything to the next point. Okay. And then you can always use the log to see what happens. So let's take a minor action. I'm going to take defensive posture because I'm about to attack. And then take a major action. I'm going to charge here, which will attack this guy here. So yellow to choose a square, orange if a square has been chosen. And you can see there's a lot of clicking here. Click to move there, click to attack this person, click to do this, click to that. You'll see that a lot. And then you can hover over things, but there's no tooltips. Because it was a web game, and we'll just jump forward again. So there's quite a bit of room for sort of improvements here to make it more sort of Steam client, stick client rather than a web thing. But if the so I have to click it to see how much they've got. 10. So I'll just batter the new guy. Down a bit. Yep. And then my major action, I can attack everyone in one go. So if the developers take the opportunity of putting it on Steam to improve the game, I think it could be. And we'll just jump forward again. Oh, and they got me. They got me a little bit. But they don't do much damage, so I'm really not too worried about it. So, it's almost done. Oh, defensive posture, and I'm going to finish it this turn. I guess the other guy must have bled out. I must have blooded him. Oh. And then smash, which is the basic attack. There's quite a few missions. It'll take you many hours to get through them. A couple I failed and you have to redo them. There's obviously a bit of luck involved. I mean, it's the amount of damage you do is basically luck based. A lot of the missions will be better if you've got other people playing as well. I've won that one, and so now the story continues. There's quite a few missions to do. keeps you busy for many hours to get through them all. I haven't actually got through them all. It looks like there's a couple more being added since the last time I played, though I heard that happened some while ago. So into the courtyard, and 2 more hooded figures. Who are they? Oh, and this. Oh, right. Okay, so a bunch of. Oh, here we go. Dwarf Wyvern, Drakeling, Pyrosaur. Okay, so I better deal with what's close to me first. Defensive posture, and let's charge this thing. Okay, charge. Sometimes it gets a little ahead of itself. Again, I think it's because of its weird background. So I think this game has a great deal of potential, and I like the fact that it's already got this little online play built in. Let's just jump through to my next turn. So there's definitely some potential here with some more missions. Maybe it's a bit more interaction. At the moment, it's 90% fighting. Let's go. How much has this got? And if they improve things like tooltips over things, so it's defensive posture and smash it, and that should do with it. Oh. And yes, defeated. So on to the next one. So let's see how it goes. This thing, I'm assuming this is the one that's breathing fire at me. It's doing quite a bit of damage, and they're going to try and surround me. There's a huge number of various things that you could be. It's not going to tell me what this means, is it? No. These all have various meanings. This means I think I'm on fire, so I'll take continuing damage. There's also blooded. I think this one means you're unstable. Oh yeah, so here it says I'm burning. These guys I think are unstable. There's poison. There's a huge number of actions. There's spell casters. There's quite a bit here. I think it's just developed by 2 people, so it's quite. I might do persevere now. I think it's quite an charge. Trying to get away from this wyvern thing a bit. And I think it is a bit. It still needs, I think, a bit of work. So sort of. Oh, what happened there? All right, so you can see here I got it bleeding, and then it bled out. And you can see here that you click on them and it tells you that's the little thing there that should be a tooltip. So now I just have to deal with this Pyrosaur. So most of the missions take 10 to 20 minutes. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want a wild swing, that's right. Let's see if I can finish it in one go. Do it quick before it gets me burning again. Oh, go down a lot. Ooh, not quite enough. Alright, so what's next? So as you can see here, I'm off balance and staggered. There's tons of those sort of things. Alright, so let's see if I can finish you off now. Is that enough? Nope, now just a basic attack. Done. Cool. Yeah, there's not many people online playing this at the moment. It's only just come out on Steam. And as I said, it had been a couple of years after it had come out on the web, so I think it had sort of slowed down a bit. But yeah, as I said, something with quite a bit of potential, I think. I enjoyed it the first time I played it on the web. It feels exactly the same now. It's just not being a web game, being something that you pay for on Steam. I think people may expect a little bit more. I actually don't know how much it costs. I have to check that up. It'll be on the link below in the comment section, in the notes section, because they actually sent all their Kickstarter back as a free key. And let's see how it goes. Oh, how are they damaging me? They're using some sort of magical weapon. So I need to close the distance to these guys as quickly as possible. So what else is there? So you've got your sort of standard RPG stuff. Your equipment, your leveling up, your various abilities and your stats, and you're doing a lot of attacking. But then, as I said, it comes with a slightly different story to normal, slightly different sort of characters, all based on statistic grid. It's, as you can see, if I could just walk away from it now. Oh, there's a few tooltips now. Okay, maybe not. I could just walk away from this and come back in 10 or 20 minutes. You sort of play it at your own pace. That can be a bit of a problem if you're playing online with people, because you're playing at the pace of the slowest person online. Come on. Got to wait for those yellow squares to appear. Otherwise it gets confused. Yeah, you're playing at the pace of the slowest person online, so that can be a bit frustrating. But when you try to find a party, you can say the general speed that you want to play. So this play pace, do a turn every few hours. So that would be quite a slow game. That would take. Where's resilience gone? Oh, persevere is gone. Okay, defensive posture, and another sweeping blow. Oh, and it's got confused again. Sweeping blow. Okay. So what else is there? Lots of missions, keeps you going for a while. I haven't had to grind much. Generally, I've had to play missions multiple times. There's a little bit of loot, but very little. You can play online with other people, which is a really nice touch. I think it works well at a pace that suits you. If you want to play just every few hours, or just every few days, if you're playing with your friends, I'm sure they won't mind. And I'm about to die. I'm about to die, so this is about to end. Unless I get very lucky. The story is a little different to normal. But it needs a little bit of work, I think, to make it move out of this sort of web-based system and more into I'm going to win it. Oh. Should be able to get rid of them in this time. Just to get rid of some of the setup for it is perhaps needs to be a bit cleaner. But hopefully the developers will will do that. So I guess it's just a matter of how much you enjoy what you see so far. Because what you've seen, these sort of attacks, this sort of basic click, various abilities and build up. That is, as I said, about 90% of the game on it. And I better stop there because we're coming up over 18 minutes. And I think I can move on to the next one. And in fact, I will, but it's going to be pretty much more of the same. I think this is probably the last one in the mission. So that's Conclave, just out on Steam now. And thanks for watching, and bye.